Okay, so I spent a few minutes um, painting my toy soldier with the blue, and I don't know. I think it's okay. I tried very hard to um, apply paint as evenly as I could. If there was a bit like a bit too much paint in one little area, I tried to spread it out a bit. And of course, like I said before, the plastic on this is so brutal, um, or just the molding, that again, just trying to fight with getting the paint in little nooks and crannies. Um, this time I did remember to use water, um, and so that helped a bit to make the paint a little thinner, but um, that was necessary because holy crap, the regular acrylic paints are way thicker than the primer. Now, maybe if you know what you're doing with painting, maybe you'll say, yeah, that's normal. Um, Well, I didn't realize that if it is. And I even checked another color because I thought, well, maybe this paint is dried out or something. But no, there's a different color and it's about as thick too. Um, so yeah, it seems to pretty much need water to thin it out some. Um, I can't say that I did or that I focused well on consistently, being consistent with the water I was, adding and mixing and, coming up with a consistent um, thickness. Um, but I don't know. I tried. I noticed again the paint dries fairly quickly, um, and I'm assuming because of the drying that like on the palette, the paint was starting to clump a bit. Um, so I was trying to use a bit of water to deal with the clumps or just kind of ignore them and sort of use a combination of um, rinsing the brush or using paper towel to not have a big clump of paint on my brush. Um, so again, just trying to learn how to deal with paint. Um, I don't know. I think, can I do this by Zoom? I don't know if that, oh, maybe that does help. Um, I mean, it looks like one coat has covered this pretty good. Um, so I don't know. There's apparently some famous meme on YouTube about two thin coats, whatever. Um, I mean, this is a garbage mini, anyways. Um, we'll see as we go along. Um, but I don't know. I did add water and thin the paint out some, so who knows whether I did it right or not. I get the feeling there's not exactly a right, unless you want to be a pro. Um, but yeah, I had to spin this thing around and turn it upside down and make sure that I got all the little nooks and crannies because of the terrible plastic. And I think I did. Um, so yeah, that is painted. Um, I am trying to decide whether or not to wash, and I guess I'm thinking I might just to experience the wash because apparently it's supposed to be pretty darn thin, and see what it looks like when it's supposed to sit in the nooks and crannies and sort of add shading type of thing. So yeah, I'll probably try doing a wash, just for the experience. That's about it. I think with the paint, I mean, sometimes I think I got a lot of paint on the brush, so I would, if I noticed that, I would really just swish the brush off, like to try to not get too much paint up in the ferrule, I guess it's called. But of course I washed the brush after, and I used a bit of dish soap. I'm assuming that's fine. I mean, this is a synthetic brush, so I'm sure it's fine. The only thing that I am noticing, though, let's see, actually I might need focus again. Where's the camera? Does it show up? Yep, it does. This brush is already developing a hook, which is, people say, oh, that's not good. You can see there's already a couple stray bristles too. Is that blue shading on the, I'm not sure about that. I mean, it's not like the bristles are stiff or anything. I tried real hard to soap it and carefully wring it. Oh, now I just mucked up the bristles. To soap it and see, I messed up the bristles. What was I saying? I don't know. I tried hard to clean it and carefully massage the brush with soap and rinse it and that kind of thing. I guess I'll figure out how I'm doing eventually. That's about it. Look at that, 2 posts in a day. That's well, that's a record, I believe. Well, I will talk to you later then.